Welcome to episode 5 of the Spfl RTG on FC25, and it's the first 5 games of our weekend league, on the first weekend league of the RTG as well, and this is the team that we're going in with. For the first 5 games anyway. Lawrence won't be done for the second 5, but I'm aiming to have Proper done for the second 5 and heading in with Carter Vickers and potentially the last Evo, whichever one drops today, hopefully. We do have our first Evo that we can't complete, the Magic Knights one. The only one that applies apart from Kyogo is Fashion Sakala, and he's in form's better anyway, so we're just going to have to leave that one, it seems, because of the criteria. But as you can see, we do have the full Dundee United complement now in terms of progression for owning all of the players from each of the clubs at this point in time anyway. We also have the full Kilmarnock contingent as well, and for both of these clubs and the third club coming up, Ross County, every single concept player from my understanding is actually available on the market for their club. There was no last minute transfers or anything like that. As you can see, we have the Ross County players as well, which in their case it's the first club that's all bronze. Don't know if that's a bit harsh on Ross County, to be honest, but you can see the checklist. We've now checked off Aberdeen, Dundee United, Kilmarnock and Ross County, so Celtic will definitely be next. Whether it's loads of clubs again or just the one, we're going for that. But as you can see, we've also purchased every single badge in preparation for any spins of the wheel for that. The manager situation's a bit different though, unless they're just not available in game and I couldn't find them on the market at the time. I couldn't find David Gray or who else was the one missing? David Gray and Don Cowie. Don Cowie were missing. So if Hibs or Ross County get spun in the future, I'm just going to have to pick a kit or a badge for them. And speaking of the kits as well, as you can see, every single kit has also been purchased as well. But straight into the meat and drink of it. The first game of the weekend league on the RTG, and of course we come up against the 5 at the back, and look at the team as well. It's pretty high end compared to ours, but we do start off positively. We get the foul from James Tavernier there. Van Dijk foul on Tavernier, and Tavernier steps up to take the penalty, and we do convert, and the first champs goal, weekend league wise, goes to James Tavernier. But unfortunately, we do concede an equaliser. He has an effort there, and I can't quite mark Van Dijk with the player switching because I know what's coming, and he just Butland dives the wrong way, and Van Dijk does head it into the back of the net. We are now 1-1, and then unfortunately it doesn't get any better for us. Phil Foden running down here. I do try to tackle him here without giving away a penalty. It doesn't happen. The technical dribbling does, mate, and then finesse plus from Griezmann. You're never going to have that getting missed from that distance. And then not much happened for the rest of the game afterwards. We were pushing, trying to get that equaliser, but the 5 at the back that he had, it was just far too difficult to break down. And then eventually we do get punished in the 89th minute with Phil Foden running through, cuts it back to Griezmann, and we lose the first game 3-1. On to the second game. The team screen glitch didn't show up properly, but we do get a wee ball roll here with Czerny, and again, we start off quite positively. We win the corner. Callum McGregor swings it in, and it's a header from Cameron Carter-Vickers into the bottom corner to put us 1-0 up. In terms of this guy, he didn't have a 5 at the back, which has been a rarity at times, and I was grateful for it. A nice wee ball through there for Czerny, and we do get brought down for our second penalty of the video so far. This time it's Saliba fouling Czerny, but Tavernier does step up for the penalty, perfectly timed and right into the top corner. No saving that. 8 minutes in, brilliant start to the game. Tavernier tackles Erling Haaland there, and then we drive forward. Kyogo on the ball, looks for an option out wide to Tavernier, goes down the line, waits for the option of Czerny, and then fires it in for 3-0, and the guy did choose to rage quit after that, as you can see by the pause. So we're 1-1. Semi-decent start. I think had the other guy not been playing 5 at the back, we potentially could have beat him, but then we come up against this team. Not 5 at the back, but that is a scary team to come up against when you've got an RTG, and this was a bad result, let's just put it that way, and you'll see why in a second. So we do actually manage to stop the header, but we give the ball away in the box, and then he scores straight away. Under a lot of pressure at the start, we're trying to just keep it calm, try and get out. For whatever reason, I wasn't looking to pass to Czerny there. I was looking for Tavernier, but Kyogo decides to try and pass to Czerny, and the goalkeeper movement's not the best from me, and we go 2-0 down. He actually paused to get us to quit. He must have been in a hurry, but I'm like, nah, mate, not leaving. But maybe we should have, because at this point he does a Trivela with Diani, and 20 minutes in, we are 3-0 down. As you can see, he's paused for us to leave again. But we won't be doing that in any of the games, no matter how badly we're getting beat. I wanted to show a true reflection on how it's like playing with an RTG team this year in Champs. We do go 4-0 down though, as you can see, a couple of rebounds there. But second half, he lost his attacking edge a little bit. We do manage to get one back, a nice chip from Callum McGregor. And then Czerny here decides to go on a little run, ball roll. His goalie movement's not the best this time. We do make it 4-2. Is the comeback on? No, it's not. We lost the game 4-2 in the end. So we are now 2 losses and 1 win with the RTG, and that one wasn't really close. The first one with the 5 at the back could have been closer if he wasn't playing 5 at the back, but we're going to this one, and another 5 at the back formation we've got to contend with. However, like 3 of the games beforehand, well, this will be the third one, we do start off positively again. We have a nice wee ball for Kyogo. He hits the shot, it is blocked. We get a slice of luck, and that's kind of the slice of luck you're going to need against back 5s, it seems. 1-0 to us at this point, and it finished 1-0 at half time. And it took him until around about near enough the 60th minute to get through, and it was a little bit of a ricochet, and for whatever reason, again, poor defending from myself, player switching didn't help. He does make it 1-1, which is frustrating. And then we went into extra time, nothing much happened after that. I was struggling to break him down with his back 5, and then he gets through, and basically with his second chance, scores his second goal. Thankfully for us, we do manage to equalise almost immediately. Palma running down the wing, manages to keep it in, just. We fire it across, he can't get it clear, and Lawrence Shankland off the bench to get us back into the game. And this one went into a penalty shootout. Now, I'm not going to show you the whole shootout because it actually went on for a wee while, and that would take a little bit of time, but I did want to show this off, which was Shankland decided to get a little haircut, it seemed, during the penalty shootout. Those 2 bald spots on the back of his head for some reason. But unfortunately, the penalty shootout didn't end up going our way, which is frustrating. Again, if this guy wasn't playing a back 5, I feel comfortable in saying that I would have been able to beat him. I do think that even though it is a formation in real life, if they're not going to release a patch to fix how broken playing against a back 5 is, they just have to take it out of the game. I know people will say, oh well, you know, it's a formation in real life, it should be available in game, but if they can't fix the defensive AI, it's just absolutely horrible to play against. We jump into the next game. We really need a win here. Three losses and 1 win as it stands. I don't want to be finishing the first 5 games with only 1 win, especially when I feel like I could have been winning 2 of them were it not 5 backs. But we do start off quite well. Czerny, who's probably been the player of the weekend so far, for us anyway, does put us 1-0 up. Nice ball roll. And then, for whatever reason, the turn was really heavy with Raska in there. It let him in, and Butland dives the wrong way, and we get to 1-1. Wasn't happy at all at conceding that goal. We're into the second half now, and unfortunately we are about to go 2-1 down. I don't know why Tavernier's so deep compared to the rest of the defence, especially since I've got him as an attacking fullback, and we do concede, making it 2-1 to the opposition. Going forward with Czerny here, I maybe could release Kyogo with a pass, and in hindsight, probably would have been the easier route. However, we do dance through the defence with them, get a little bit lucky with the rebound, and make it 2-2. Then, afterwards, 75th minute, we do go on to take the lead. He tries to find one of his players with a pass, Diamandi with the interception. Raskan does get a foot in. Czerny stops, gives it back to Raskan. He moves his goalie, but we do get the rebound and make it 3-2 to the SPFL RTG. Are we en route for a much-needed win, fingers crossed. Ball goes through to Dyson Maeda, a counter from his corner. We do manage to stop the ball on the edge, cut back, and a nice trivela from Raskan into the top corner. And the game does indeed finish 4-2 to us in the end, which means that we are in a position where after our first 5 games of champs, we are sitting on 2 wins and 3 losses. Fingers crossed we can turn that into a positive. Tomorrow's episode will be the results of the next 5 games, and then I might upload both sets of 5 games after that on the same day. I'll make my mind up on that one. There definitely will be at least one change to the starting 11 for the next 5 games. We're going to get the Evo proper in. Again, I promise it's not a Rangers RTG, but Lawrence was definitely the best option for the cam evolution in terms of the stats that he had for that, and proper was definitely the best option for the slow it down evolution that we had. So Carter Vickers will be dropping out for proper when he's finished. Lawrence won't be jumping in quite yet because he's not at the highest rating possible. Fingers crossed we get a left wing evolution. Hopefully Maeda qualifies for it. If not, probably be Lewis Palma that gets picked for that, and then we can have a full special starting 11 ready to go for that. Thanks for watching, guys, and thanks for the new subs as well. If you could leave a like on the video if you enjoyed, and tune in tomorrow for the next 5 games, and either the same day or the day after for the final 5 games, plus rewards from the RTG. Hopefully we can swing it in a positive instead of a negative for the wins and losses. Thanks again.